Hey guys, and welcome back to the Misadventures of Laura Silver. Last time around, there was a lot of talking and reading, which makes sense, it's a visual novel and everything, but boy, there's a tad bit of redundancy sometimes. I guess I just need to get into the mindset of being in a noir detective story. Because it was getting a little better toward the end when I started reading her lines a bit more flatly. Let's continue. Okay. Willem leaves the place as the woman named Blanca sits in front of us. May I ask your names? Laura Silver. Orwell Cooper. Well, I've never heard a name like that before. How do you spell it? Cooper looks as grateful as he could be. Why? Is he the king of small talk or something? People usually mistake my name. Thank you for asking. It's Orewell. It's a nice name. Thank you, miss. I'm Blanca I'm gonna butcher this. Vrubelova. I'm Blanca Vrubelova. I don't mind being called Blanca. You can call me however you like. Nice to meet you, Miss Vrubelova. Of course, he'd use her last name. Nice to meet you, too. I was meaning to ask, do you want your rooms cleaned? I don't care. She looked at Cooper. I think you should do whatever you deem best, Miss Vrubelova. If that's the case, I'll be cleaning both of your rooms after you leave Hotel Pavlov. I asked because it looks like our other hotel guest doesn't want me to invade his privacy. He yelled at me quite a lot when I went into his room. It looks like the employees here don't have good relations with Skoda. Though I understand his sensitivity about the subject. You two are also filmmakers, no? Yes, surely, definitely. Then I'm sure you have all sorts of things you wouldn't want me to touch, too. Film equipment is hard to handle, after all. It would be idiotic of Skoda to leave important documents behind. Anybody can get a hold of the spare key. The hotel has a spare key of Skoda's room, right? Yes, Mr. Chalupnik has spare keys. That's what I thought. I should talk about this with Skoda. He shouldn't be acting so careless. Willem comes back with a tray filled with teacups and a teapot. Why'd you ask, Miss Silver? No particular reason. Just curious. The cook sits and starts pouring the tea. What were you talking about? Miss Silver asked if there was a spare key of Mr. Skoda's room. He smiles while handing me the tea. Silver, here's your Earl Brown. I thought you didn't have any Earl Brown. I have my own ways of making it Earl Brown. Poison. It's brown, isn't it? It really is. He starts pouring the tea into another cup. I should wait until someone else takes a sip. About the key, Miss Vrubelova. Well, I'm sure you asked because he's your co-worker, right? You shouldn't be leaving any important documents behind. Yes. See? I knew it right away. I guess you have to be very cautious when you're directing a documentary. He snickers. Does this man know that we are detectives? Well, I think he figured out that his cousin isn't a director. What do you mean, Willem? I mean the equipment, of course. Willem fills another cup. Is he trying to give us away, or is he protecting us? And he's just that bad at lying. Here, Cooper. Willem, isn't it a bit rude of you to talk to them like that? Is it? And do you mind, Silver? Not really. Do you, Cooper? Willem hands a cup filled with poison to Cooper. As long as you aren't saying my name incorrectly, it's fine. That's a relief. Cooper takes a sip from his tea right away. I check if Cooper is showing any symptoms. It's delicious. Am I the only one nervous here? Cooper is still alive. That means the poison is not the type that acts fast. Nice to hear. Here, Blanca. Thank you. What did you put inside it to make it brown? Let my secret recipe stay secret, Silver. Blanca, by the way, have you heard that there is a problem with the waterworks? It appears that the townsfolk forgot we are here, so we never got the news. What is the problem? Willem shrugs. I heard it from Cooper. Some of the pipes have been fractures in them. They told us that the water will be cut off. So, this was the problem. I wondered why the water wasn't running. I was going to check the water tank. I exchanged looks with Cooper. You can't take the day off then. Isn't it great, Blanca? Oh, you can take the day off then. Isn't it great, Blanca? Blanca rolls her eyes. I don't need water to bless the shelves, Willem. Blanca puts a fake smile on her face as Willem pours a cup for himself too. Why are you not drinking your tea, Miss Silver? I take a sip. Willem rests back. He looks relaxed. Are you glad because you finally poisoned me? Ahem. Silver, Cooper, why don't you tell us about what you do? We're filmmakers. We came here to shoot a documentary. After Skoda wakes up, we'll go for a ride to film Radbuza. That sounds pleasant. Oh, that sounds pleasant. Not that pleasant since they're waiting for Skoda's beauty sleep. He can't even wake up early in the morning, that slob. Willem, Mr. Skoda is a diligent man. You shouldn't talk about your cousin like that. If he was diligent man, I don't think he would be sleeping at this hour, Blanca dear. You wouldn't be this hard on anyone else if they slept in. Willem stops. It seems like he thinks Blanca has a point. Mr. Willem, is there any reason why you don't like him? He's intolerable, Cooper. Haven't you met him? We have. He's the kind of person to talk over you. Exactly. It's nice to be understood, Silver. Whatever you say, Mr. Skoda is a trustworthy man. He helped me a lot when I was starting my career. Oh, now that sounds like a story I would like to hear. What were you filming at the time? I was Wait, let me ask something before that. He was just going to let it slip that he worked as a police officer. I exchanged looks with Willem. So Knife Man is trying to protect us. Why did you cut him short, Willem? I hope our customers won't mind your rudeness. Cooper seems like he noticed his gaffe. Without a sound, he sips his tea. Would I, if it wasn't important? I need to ask as soon as possible. What is it, Mr. Willem? Cooper, while you two were working together, did Sivin sit somewhere all day and make you check everything as well as run errands? Yes. Then you did all his work without knowing. Is that it? It was because he wanted me to gain work experience. Willem puts a hand on Cooper's shoulder. That is classic Zivin behavior. Oh, wait, who's speaking? Yeah. I think he wants to be teamed up with newcomers just to slack off. I think it helped me understand how things work around the office. Just accept that he used you, Cooper. Cooper looks down. This must be the reason why Karat doesn't assign him a partner. I trust Miss Karat's knowledge on who to assign to whom. Knowledge? Karat? I think Mr. Skoda mentioned her name. He did. What did he tell you? Willem sounds surprised. Does this mean Skoda shares more with Blanca than he does with Willem? Interesting. She's your boss, right? He's been whining about her oddness. I certainly don't think she's odd. She's a good leader, but some guys in the offices think she treats Silver better because... Never mind. They're just jealous of her position. Oh, what do you mean about Miss Karat, Miss Silver? What do you think about Miss Karat, Miss Silver? I remember the letter she sent me. She is treating both of us with kindness. People usually tell me that I'm her favorite, though I don't know if that's true. It seems like she cares about everyone, just the same. I agree that this rumor started because of our jealous coworkers. Then I believe it's only another of Skoda's prejudiced judgments. Looks like he's full of those. Talking behind cart's bad is very rude. I'd understood him telling Willem if he's a trustworthy family member, but telling a hotel mate is a different thing. Yeah. I should warn Skoda. He shouldn't be running around spreading information even though Miss Rubelova seems nice. Are you close with Mr. Skoda? Not particularly. I see. Head of a detective bureau shouldn't be a subject for greeting. What is Skoda doing? I take out my notebook. Mr. Willem, Miss Vrubelova, I have some questions for you. For your documentary? Depending on your answers, I might include some. I start flipping the pages. What? I drop the notebook on the floor. The Vodnik information sheet is out in the open, along with my duty list. Oh, Silva, what is this? Pretty sure he knows what this sheet is, if he's Skoda's bosom friend. I turn my eyes back to the floor. The exclusive information is all out in the open. How could you do this, Silver? Pick it up before they see anything. Silver, what kind of documentary director would have such a detailed sheet about the Vodnik? Pick it up! Willem, it's rude to stare. Miss Rubelova reaches for the notebook. If she reads the information, she will know something is up with us. Should I pull out the gun? She's so trigger happy. Silva, is everything okay? Silver, what are you doing? Miss Silva, are you okay? I did it again. Miss Silver, are you okay? I nod. She panicked so hard right now. Miss Rubelova slips the sheet back into the notebook between the pages. Did I distract her enough? She cleans the table with her rag and then leaves the notebook on it. Looks like look at her concerned face. She must have seen everything. Why would you pour the tea on yourself, Silver? It's a habit of mine. I did it when I was at the Never mind. Was it too hot? Are you alright? I'm not one to be affected by extra warmth. Miss Rubelova starts cleaning the floor. She knows what we are doing. Undercover detective's my ass. It's a relief your notebook isn't soaked in Silver. And now she's making fun of me. The audacity. I might have to introduce her to my old friend Mr. Gunn in private. Miss Silva, are you okay? How many times are you going to ask me that? Fine, don't waste your energy on worrying about me. It seems I've made everyone on edge yet again. Cooper looks down. Miss Rubelova sits back in her seat after giving me a towel. Well, it's nice to be able to be dry again. Willem breaks to silence. Silva, I think I saw something about the Vodnik in your document. Am I mistaken? There's no doubt that he has seen it now. I stare at his face. Really? The Vodnik? Isn't that just a folktale to scare children? So, Skoda never mentioned anything to him about our job's paranormal side? I shrug. Sure. Make fun of me. I'm a grown-up woman who believes in old folktales. No! Ruvelova? It's not just a folktale. Miss Rubelova, do you know anything about the Vodnik? He's around us, wandering in the water. I know that he is. Blanca, we all know that stuff like that isn't real. I'm not joking, Willem. Okay. Rubelova, please calm down and tell me what you know. She looks down. Miss Rubelova, I understand your reluctance. However, in our documentary there's a special sequence about the Vodnik, so if you could inform us about him, we would be forever in your debt. Why are you shooting an informatory film about him? It's an order from our boss. She tells us what to shoot, and we shoot it. But in order to shoot the film, we need to talk with you first, just like Cooper said. I used to know the man who became a Vodnik. So a vodnik is something that you can turn into like a vampire or a werewolf. I worked as a maid at his house. Also helped around in his shop. In order for a man to become a vodnik, he has to be drowned. Does Miss Rubalova know anything about this? Well, in our documents, they say that he was a toy maker. So let's get his name. What was his name? If I remember correctly, his name should be Emile Cladivo. I don't remember that name at all. Whoops. What kind of shop was it? He had a toy shop back in the day. Where was the toy shop you're talking about? I've never heard of such a thing. It's deep in the forest. It's not easy to find. His works are loved by the children of the town. She stopped speaking to think. I mean, they used to. How long did you work there? I started working when his daughter Anna was 4 years old. Conrad had mentioned that there were rumors about the vodnik killing his own daughter. Oof. She was such a lively girl, but she passed away when she was 11. I quit working around 2 weeks after her death. I've been working at Hotel Pavlov ever since. I'm sorry to hear that. If that's the case, she can show us where the toy shop is. Why did you stop working? I think his mental state wasn't the best after he lost his daughter. He was starting to scare me, so I left. Would it affect him so much if it was intentional manslaughter? Could it just be an accident? Cooper, we'll leave as soon as Skoda wakes up. The data correlates with ours. There was no doubt that she knows the vodnik we are searching for. Cooper sits up. Miss Rubalova, would you show us the way to the vodnik shop? I don't want to go there again. I wish you all the best in your investigation. Can't you even show it on the map? I don't think I can read a map. It'd be best if I get on with my work now. Rubalova stands up. After giving us a nod, she starts walking toward the stairs. Looks like I'll need to use brute force if I want to get information from her. I turn to Willem. What did Skoda tell you about the Bureau? I hardly know anything. Why are you two searching for the vodnik anyways? I stay silent. I can't believe Zibin never told me about the vodnik part of your job. It's odd. Mr. Willem, I'm sure he didn't want you to get scared. Psh! Don't make me laugh. Don't be so sure. Willem rolls his eyes. I wish you good luck waking him. We'll need that. He waves us goodbye, going back to the kitchen once more. Cooper sighs. I'm concerned, Miss Silver. About what, Cooper? Well, I'm concerned about a few things, actually. First, the fact that you've just poured a whole cup of tea over your head. That's my coping mechanism. I see. Is it because you dropped a notebook in front of everyone? I guess I did. Why didn't you pick it up? It was within your reach. I would if I could. If something like this happens again, what would you like me to do? Is he trying to help me? Nothing. I'll be fine. He nods. Besides, even if they find out that we're detectives, we will be alright. Detectives do all sorts of odd jobs anyway. Sure, Cooper. Also, Miss Silver. Cooper checks his watch. It's 9:30 a.m. now. Mr. Skoda seemed eager to meet us. Why hasn't he come down yet? I wonder if there's something wrong. Let's wake him up, Cooper. Cooper knocks on the door. Mr. Skoda, are you awake? No response. I thought he wasn't a heavy sleeper. This is odd. I exchange looks with Cooper. Maybe he's smoking on the balcony? Does he smoke? I didn't know. I'm pretty sure he's smoking some softy cigarettes with menthol. I knock on the door a few times. Is he ignoring us? Maybe. I take a few steps back. Miss Skoda, would you please open the door? Is there anything wrong? 1, 2, 3. I kick the door. Miss Silver, what are you doing? I shrug. Miss Silver? Yes. Is it possible the Vodnik attacked him? Cooper, let's say you are in your home. You heard the clip-clops of horseshoes outside. Okay. What would you think? I would think that there's a horse outside. You wouldn't think that there's a giraffe wandering around, right? I don't think so. Basically, she's saying it's the most obvious answer is the most likely one. There's like a phrase for it, but I can't remember what it is. I don't think so. But you'd agree that it is possible for a giraffe to be wandering around, only a lot less likely. Yes? What do you mean by this, Miss Silver? She's trying to say that he's probably just asleep. Skoda getting attacked by Vodnik is possible, but not a probable. We closed the valves. Though, Miss Silver, the fact that he's not opening doors is making me nervous. Ugh. Maybe we should leave without him. We shouldn't. This is such unprofessional behavior. He can't make us wait like this. Miss Silver, wait here. I'll go get the spare room key from Mr. Chalupnik. He runs to the stairs. I knock on Skoda's door again, this time harder. This really is weird. The man woke up to our noise on the ground floor in the middle of the night. Skoda! Answer me! Is he taking a shower? Or maybe brushing his teeth? Those things require water. No, the water is cut off. Maybe he is taking sleeping aids? Would that explain why he's not waking up right now? Please be murdered. I knock on the door once more. Is he smoking the whole package? There's no way he actually took a shower and got attacked, right? He closed the valves. No answers. I kick the door. Miss Silver, would you please stop vandalizing the hotel? Hand me the key, Cooper. I snap my fingers 2 times. Cooper, the key. We couldn't find the key. What? I persuaded Mr. Chalupnik into opening the safe. However, the key is nowhere to be found. Mr. Chalupnik is currently looking for the key in case it's hidden somewhere in his desk. I take my gun out. Miss Silver! I can't wait forever. No, the whole hotel will hear the sound. Please, put your gun back into the holster. Chalupnik will be here any moment now. Mr. Chalupnik doesn't look like the type to lose keys. Where is it? Why isn't Skoda opening his door? The Vodnik must have slaughtered him. She's so paranoid. I aim at the door again. Miss Silver! What is all the fuss? Silver, what are you doing? Willem? Your dear cousin isn't opening the door. Does that give you permission to blow a hole in his door? Thank you, Mr. Willem. Miss Silver doesn't listen to me. Willem takes out a key. Here. Did Skoda give his room key to Willem? That's suspicious. Yeah, it is. I have a spare key. Zivin said he couldn't trust anyone else, so I snuck in and took his spare. I take the key from him and open the door. I'll think about this later. I wait for Cooper to enter. I see that Willem is trying to come inside as well. I shut the door in his face. Ow! Looks like I couldn't. His foot is blocking the door. Don't come in. What? Don't come in here, Willem. Why? Where is he? It could be dangerous. You're unarmed and inexperienced. If it is dangerous, why are you wasting your time like this? He's right. If there was anyone dangerous inside, they could have easily attacked us while I'm dealing with Willem. You must be more careful, Silver. Is Zivin in there? Mr. Willem, I think it's best if you don't insist. We'll handle it. Why aren't you answering me? We don't know what the answer is yet. I push the door once more. He withdraws his foot. I lock the door. Finally. Miss Silver, wasn't that too forceful? Open the door! What are you doing in there? He's lucky his foot is in one piece. There's no one inside. I check the window on the door to see if he's out on the balcony. No Skoda here. I push the bathroom door. Huh? It's not opening. I try pulling the door. Why would bathroom door open outwards? Yeah. Anyway, through the curtains of the bathtub, I can see someone sitting in there. Man, I really hope he's murdered. Skoda? The person who is sitting in the tub doesn't make any sound. Oh, I pull the curtains. Oh, Skoda? No answer. I put on my gloves. I shouldn't be touching him without protection. Did Mr. Skoda fall asleep while he was taking a bath? Really, Cooper? An eternal sleep, so it seems. Huh? What do you mean, Miss Silver? Cooper, seriously? Take your gun out, Cooper. This could get ugly. I crouch near the body. It's obvious that he is not breathing. I search for a pulse. Nothing. And there's water in the tub too, which is interesting. Crap. Is Mr. Skoda okay? I raise my voice while I keep on looking for any signs of life. Skoda's dead. I get up, removing my gloves and throwing them into the sink. I see that Cooper is looking at Skoda with blank eyes. We should let Mr. Chalupnik know about this, and make him lock all the doors. This might as well be a murder case. We should also gather everyone in one place, preferably in the main hall. And one of us should stay with Skoda in case it really is murder. The culprit can always come back here to erase the evidence. Did you hear me? Are you sure that he is dead, Miss Silva? Weren't you listening to me? He blinks a few times. It seems like he is trying to grasp the situation. I'll let Mr. Chalupnik know. Good. We get out of the bathroom. It appears that Willem is still waiting outside. I unlock the door. Willem almost falls in. Why would you shut the door on me, Silva? Is there any way a person could be ruder than you? Such an indecent... Zivin is dead. Sure, I wish. What? Say that again, Silva. You heard me. Where is he? I point to the bathroom. He runs through Skoda's room and grabs the door. Cooper tries to hold him. He really is... He mumbles something. Mr. Willem. He is beside himself. That's... I'd never expect... Mr. Willem, I think it's not a good idea to look at Mr. Skoda at this moment. Willem puts his hand on his forehead. Is that so? Cooper also looks like he's trying to understand what is going on, with his eyes on Willem. I assume that seeing someone you've cared for drowned in the bathtub would be hard to grasp for anybody. Cooper seats Willem on Skoda's bed. He's eerily silent, with his hand still on his forehead. Cooper, listen to me. Every second you're wasting here increases the chances of us getting attacked by the Vodnik. Miss Silver... He lowers his voice. I'll be gone for a minute, but... I don't have time to deal with any of your grief. Please try to show some sympathy, alright? Sure. He opens the door and gets out of the room, leaving me alone with Willem. What happened to him? To whom? Zivin. Is he in denial? I should try to be understanding. I promised Cooper. I take a deep breath. Zivin Skoda is no longer with us. What does that mean? For God's sake. Zivin Skoda has... What was the term? Is no more? Gone like the wind? Has passed away? He... passed away? Be more clear or I'm going to lose my mind, Silver. Okay. Zivin's corpse is currently rotting in the bathtub. Silver! His eyes still seem blank. I don't really know what he's looking at. That sounds more like you. Guess so. Where is Cooper already? It can't be happening, right? You two are pulling a prank. I'm sure. I wish Cooper could do the talking instead of me. I'm not. I don't think Skoda was pretending to be dead either. You would be saying the same thing if you two were pulling a prank. That must be it. Did I come from Britain just to pull a prank on you? I don't believe what you say. Then why aren't you entering the bathroom and take a look for yourself, Willem? Silver! He freezes. Do you want to? No. Door opens. Perfect timing. Willem, are you all right? Blanca! I see. Miss Vrubelova rushing into the room, inviting Willem into a hug. Willem hugs her right away. How are you feeling, Willem? He buries his face on Miss Vrubelova's shoulder, not answering her. She gives a few pats on his back. Is this how you should be handling people who are grieving? Guess I'll never know. Mr. Chalupnik enters the room after Miss Vrubelova. Cooper follows behind. Is what I heard true, Silver? It depends on what you heard. He points at the bathroom. Yes. It's a shame. He was a bright young man. A dull young man. Who may have done this? Not knowing anything about the Vodnik, you must be sure that someone in the hotel did it. We'll be solving the mystery, Mr. Chalupnik. You shouldn't go around playing detective, young man. I call the police. It'll take time for them to arrive. Until then, we should wait here and make sure nobody leaves the hotel. Mr. Chalupnik, we would like to investigate Skoda's body again. Why so eager, Silver? I look back at the bathroom. The water was supposed to be cut off. However, the bathtub was filled with water. I think it's quite suspicious, Mr. Chalupnik. Is that so? Then I'll come with you. I advised you not to do that. It could be dangerous inside. Even though I said that, it'd be good if I can get everyone to see Skoda. I have to make sure no one blames me for his death. I'm the one who found the body. That puts me in a situation, not to mention that I'm a foreigner. I saw the horrors of the Great War, Silver. The living are far more dangerous than the dead. Especially Chalupnik sounds like the type to blame me. I take a look at Willem and Miss Vrubelova. They're sitting on Skoda's bed with Willem's head in its hands. Mr. Willem, Miss Vrubelova, I'll go inside the bathroom. Mr. Chalupnik stated that he wants to join. Do you? Willem shakes his head, not even looking at my face. Miss Vrubelova smiles weakly. It'd be best if I stay with him, Miss Silver. Only Mr. Chalupnik and Cooper, then. Miss Silver? Yes, Cooper. I'm feeling a little faint, so is it all right if I don't enter the bathroom again? He's a detective. One of your colleagues was murdered. What the frick are you doing, dude? Don't tell me you can't stand seeing blood. He stays silent. I can't believe it. Maybe he should go back to being a traffic cop after this. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. It's not that I can't stand it, it's just... It's alright, Cooper. You youngsters shouldn't be used to the sight of blood anyways. Unless you're a police officer. But it's fine. Unless you're a police officer, see? But it's fine, since you're not one. Cooper smiles meekly. Yeah. I can feel anger growing inside. Then, can you please get Miss Vrubelova and Willem downstairs? I don't want any noise while I'm investigating. Sure, Miss Silver. Yeah, I don't really like Cooper either. I enter the bathroom once more. So here he is. I put the gloves that I'd left in the sink. Did anyone enter or leave the hotel? Silver, I was at the reception desk all day. I was in a position to see everyone who entered or left. No one entered nor left. Someone in this hotel did it. There's no way around it. Is there any entrance in the hotel other than the front doors? The back door is locked. And I have the key. Are you sure you had the key with you when Skoda died? Yes, it is always with me. There are no copies of that key, right? None. You don't have a master key either. I understand. Who did it, Silver? I can't answer that question until I make my investigation, Mr. Chalupnik. He falls silent. Now focus, Silver. I take a deep breath. First, how did he die, Silver? He was in the tub when he found him, so that probably means he was drowned. His head's not underwater, though. I'm not sure he's blue enough in the face to be considered having drowned. That bloody nose is super distracting to me, too. Was it the Vodnik that had done it? Aren't you gonna say anything about his nose? Did he have a nosebleed while he was struggling? I assume so. I wonder if it's because he injured a vein or two while he was suffocating. I open the tap of the bathtub. No water flows through. The water is off, so how did this bathtub get filled in the first place? Well, he probably overheard you guys when you were explaining that you were going to turn off the water. Possibly he filled up the tub before Cooper got the chance to do so. Mr. Chalupnik, it's best if you don't touch the body with your bare hands. Do you have any gloves? I'd rather not touch him. Fair enough. Silva, what about his hands? Let's see. I take a look at his hands and nails, expecting to find a clue. His nails are filed neatly, and I can't see any scratches or bruises on his hands. I see no sign of struggle, Mr. Chalupnik. Skoda is being unhelpful once more. He's dead. I don't think he cares whether or not he's being helpful. I crouch down and look at his wrists. No sign of fighting back on his arms nor legs. Does he have any gunshot wounds on his body? My room is right near his. If a gun was shot, I would have heard it. Still, that doesn't take me away from looking at every inch of his body. He might have been killed when I was in the lobby, after all. There are no wounds on the back of his body. He's as white as a ghost. He is as soft as he could be. That means his muscles haven't stiffened yet. So it was recent. He was probably killed not that long ago. Did you see him after last night? No. I check my watch. It's 9:50 a.m. The stiffness of the muscles and joints start 4 to 6 hours after death. Yeah, so it was really recent. Like, I'm thinking even after they woke up. Knowing that he came to get us at 2 a.m., this knowledge doesn't give us any clue on the time of death. You know a whole lot about how death works. Did you work as a nurse before? I just interviewed a few detectives while we were working. I see. I look at his nose again. Hold on, let me save. It's not unusual to get a nosebleed if you're struggling for breath. His nose looks a bit more crooked than before. I touch the bridge of his nose. Wait. I can move it? I feel two pieces of bone rubbing against each other as I play with Skoda's nose. What are you doing? His nose is broken. Did someone punch him in the face? Is this why he got the nosebleed? Is Vodnik the type of person to punch detectives into tubs and drown them? That doesn't sound very supernatural. I hear the door of Skoda's room opening. It can't be Vodnik, right? Who's there? Oh.
Where's Papa?
Pavla, what are you doing here?
I got curious. I couldn't find you anywhere.
Silva, continue investigating. I'll keep Pavla outside. Sure. Chalupnik opens the bathroom door and leaves. I stare at Skoda. Who killed you? Not that you'll answer, right? I'm just trying my luck in case you became a ghost and want to answer me by possessing yourself. You look like someone who would become a ghost, though. It's always the people who have tons of ego. You're one of them for sure. Don't be shy. Let's say you took too many sedatives, lost your balance while you were bathing, hit your nose on the tub, and then somehow you magically fell into the tub as if you were bathing again. In the exact position, though. I don't think that this is the case. There are 100 possibilities, actually. Is it possible to reach a conclusion with my current knowledge? Looks like you've created yet another job for us, Zivin. I never liked you, you know. You were the epitome of unlikability and... Miss Silva, what are you doing? Cooper? How come I didn't hear you coming in? He looks nervous. Did you finish examining the body? Yes. I was never good at dealing with people's emotional states. I should continue investigating instead of talking with Cooper about it. I stand up and get out of Skoda's bathroom. Why are you here, Cooper? I thought I shouldn't leave you alone. I was doing fine. Excuse me for saying this, but if I observed correctly, you were talking to Mr. Skoda's body. Mind your own business, Cooper. I'll talk to dead bodies if I want to. Anyway, we should be searching the room for clues. Cooper doesn't respond to my attempt at changing the subject. People talk to dead bodies all the time. Why do you think people go visit grave sites? His clothes are folded and placed on the bed. Did he fold his clothes before entering the tub? I inspect each one of them to see if there is something wrong. Miss Silva, I think we shouldn't do that. You guys are detectives. I'm starting to get more and more annoyed by Cooper. Why? Doesn't that... What the fuck? Doesn't that count as disrespecting the dead? What would Cooper think if he learned that I played with Skoda's nose? If it would be more disrespectful if we couldn't find his killer. Cooper. Yes? His trench coat is wet. Does that mean anything? I take the wet cigarettes and lighter out of the coat's pocket. The wet cigarettes are softy methanolinas, as I thought. I guess he won't be using the lighter anymore. I put it into my pocket. Lighter seized. Miss Silva, did you find an evidence? Yes, there are the room keys in his pocket. What about the lighter? Is that a piece of evidence? No. Then why did you take it, Miss Silver? It's a good lighter. Miss Silva, please put it back. Please. Lighter thrown away. Right? If it's not evidence, then she shouldn't have taken it. I'll agree with you there, Cooper, but otherwise you're a bad detective. What's this? Door. There's a dent on the door. Something must have hit it for this to happen. His nose? I will keep this in mind. I don't know what his height is, because he's fairly short, so I would expect it to be a little lower, maybe? There isn't anything notable on the desk. Is that a notebook? I see Skoda's notebook hidden behind the desk. It's an amateur move to hide his important files in here, though at least it would throw off the mundane people. I take it out. I can see some notes and documents folded inside. I open the cover. I notice that he has used the notebook as a diary, too. He's written a few entries using this as a diary. We shouldn't look at it, then. It might be private. He isn't here to judge us. Miss Silver, do you know what you're saying? It may contain some piece of evidence. Besides, he read our mail. No secrets between the bureau workers, right? No man becomes a saint just by dying, Cooper. I know. Do you, though? As far as I've noticed, Chalupnik opens his safe every Sunday morning to check if the spare keys are in place. I told Willem to find the password of the safe and take the key. If possible, he will put the key back to the safe in every Saturday night. Chalupnik trusts Willem since he's been working here for years. Willem is the one who is staying at the receptionist counter every Saturday. It must be easy for him to do that. What day is it today, Cooper? Wednesday, Miss Silver. Update. He yelled at me when I told him about this. I'll lose all the trust Mr. Chlupnik invests in me, he said. There's no way of that happening if you don't get caught. Do you want your cousin to die? I replied. He obeyed reluctantly. It's unbelievable how stupid he is. Screw you, dude. That's horrible. I shrug. That Skoda. Mr. Willem shouldn't know about this. Miss Silva, I still think we shouldn't read Skoda's diary any longer. No. Fucking keep reading. Of course I'm gonna keep reading. I can't sleep tonight, too. Can't really find what keeps me awake at night either. Somehow, everything bothers me. People usually say that writing down the worries would help. Though I doubt it. I doubt everything. Maybe that's the reason why I'm unable to sleep. Or maybe I can't sleep because they took my gun. Chalupnik says that I should get some remedy for it, though. My only option looks like it'll put in a deep sleep. Looks like it'll put me in a deep sleep. It doesn't relax me to know that I won't be able to wake up in crisis. It must be nice to sleep without the fear that someone might be trying to kill you any second. Interesting. So that is why we couldn't find his gun anywhere. This explains a lot. Can we stop reading it? No. I'm gonna keep reading it, but let me just save for a second. Now that I've read about Karat's letter to Silver, I am even more sure that something suspicious is going on. She doesn't use language like that to any one of us, nor share information. She even forgot Cooper's name. Maybe the reason why Silver got assigned here was because she had a friend in the bag. Or in this case, a bureau. It's not good to see cases like this, especially in this time of massive unemployment. There's barely any budget to operate a supernatural bureau, and spending the money for useless international jobs like this doesn't make any sense. Dacia also mentioned that she doesn't trust Karat or Silver. I believe she's researching something that might be useful for us to use against their odds. Dacia. I also have no idea who that is. He's sweating. I see. I think we have seen enough of his diary already, Miss Silver. I'm gonna keep reading now, especially because you don't want me to. There's a picture here. Oh, there's another. Oh, there's Miss Karat, Miss Skoda, and Mr. Renault. I believe this person is Dacia, since Skoda mentioned a she. It's a lovely picture. Looks like it was taken before I started working at the bureau. There's the same information that Karat wrote, this time in Skoda's handwriting. I assume he made a copy when he read Karat's mail. The notes below read as, "Tell Willem about Vodnik." Don't forget to reply to Dacia's letter. It's the telegram that Karat sent him. Is it the one that is informing us about coming here? Yeah, it says... Look at the telegram, which clearly says Laura Silver and the ginger boy. Oh, no, please tell me this is a joke, Miss Silver. Unfortunately, no. There's the official stamp of the Bureau. Karat is an airhead. How did she become the leader of this place, I wonder? Someone knocks on the door. Silva, Koopa, are you done yet? It's Chalupnik's voice. I open the door. Have you found anything? Not yet, Mr. Chalupnik. May I ask you for a favor first? What is it, Silva? Would you gather everyone in the hotel in the lobby? I see. The culprit must be one of us after all. I wonder if I can make Mr. Chalupnik believe in the existence of a supernatural being. I'll be searching the backyard for a while. I'll join you after that. Chalupnik raises an eyebrow. How can we be sure that you won't run away? If you're the culprit, it'll be easy for you to leave the crime scene. I'll leave Cooper here. What? Miss Silver? I'm not something that you could leave behind. If I run away, you can reach me through the Cooper. We work at the same bureau. Besides, he has the car keys. Well, fair enough. Miss Silver! I'll be back soon, Cooper. You were useless with examining the body. This is the least you can do. Can I click on any of this? Nope. I don't think so. I went down the stairs. The water was supposed to be cut off. Then how did the culprit fill Skoda's bathtub? Someone must have entered the boiler room to open the valves, and must have closed them back again after the killing Skoda. Mr. Chalupnik must have seen the person entering the boiler room if he has been at the reception all night like he says. But he never mentioned seeing Cooper entering the boiler room at all, did he? He didn't mention hearing anything either. He left at one point, in the morning he left at one point to, take his daughter around the hotel. He could easily have left his desk at some point, and someone could have walked by him. He's not there 24/7. He has to go to the bathroom, etc., etc. Is it true that he has hearing problems because of his days of war? It is true that he has hearing problems because of his days of war, but he must be able to see, unless... I look around the metal door that leads to the boiler room. I stand near the door and look at the reception desk. I can't see it properly. The wall is blocking my sight. Now I understand why Chalupnik hasn't seen the culprit enter the boiler room. It's on his blind spot. I push the door open, but it doesn't budge. Is it locked? I press my ear against the door. I hear faint sounds of splashing. Does it mean the boiler room is flooded? If the boiler room is flooded, it means that the clues are lost. Was the vodnik the one who murdered Skoda? We closed the valves to prevent his access to the hotel, but he might have exploded the pipes while coming here. That would explain why the boiler room is underwater. And if he damaged the pipes, it would explain why the water is still off. I push the door open again. It won't budge. I'll need to ask Chalupnik to open this door. We'll end it here for now, and return next time and to further explore this back garden. Ta-ta for now.